Welcome to the Lovability Podcast. My name is Jennifer Stiers, and I'm here to talk love, relationships, sex, marriage, and everything in between. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Lovability Show. I am Jennifer Stiers, and I am here with Diana Davis. I am going to, Diana, I said, Diana, send me over your info so I can tell people what you do. I met Diana through podcasting. She used to be at this station that I'm at now, and she does marketing. So she does marketing sponsorships, sponsorship sales, affiliate partnerships, and gets people on Speakers Bureau. So I used to speak. I don't know if I ever told you that. Yeah, crazy. I would not want to do that anymore. But anyway, so Diana Davis is with us, and Diana's a friend of mine. So we have a good rapport, and I thought today's topic would be fun. I was planning on doing it by myself, but I was like, come on, join me. So it'll be good to have a girl here with me, and somebody also, she's done online dating, and a lot of you, and Diana, I haven't told you this, but a lot of people identified with some of the stuff you said last week with online dating, and especially the thing with emails, with the you know, the responses or the lack of responses that you're getting. Anyway, you can find Diana on Facebook.
Yes.
And her company's called Merge Marketing, and she is damn good at what she does. I just went to her event over the weekend to the baseball charity. That was a big deal. That was huge. I'm just blabbing away waiting for people to get on. So as we go here, guys, I am going to let me pull up today's show. I think this is today's show. No. I'm going to pull up today's show here, and I do not know where it is. Where are you? Can you see it online?
On your Facebook page?
Yeah. Okay, good. I just got to figure out where you guys are. Here, is this it? No. Sorry, guys. Hang with me here. I am trying.
I don't see the live.
I don't see it either. Okay, we'll find it. Are you on the Lovability page?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why aren't we seeing this? Sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah. It's the top one.
Oh, there it is. Okay,
yeah.
It just showed up. Okay. You know what? For some reason, it's... Okay, there it is. Gosh, there was a huge delay on mine.
Yeah, big delay.
Okay, wow. Okay, so I hope all of you made it. Sorry about that. Most of you that know me know that I am technology challenged anyway, but it really wasn't here, or I would have seen it. Okay, so who we have? We have Diana is here.
I'm here.
We're so glad to have you in the house and online. Tina, hello, welcome. And Tina says, let it rip. We're going to, Tina. I wish you were here. You'd let it rip with us. She's a fireball. John is here. Let's see, who else do we have? I can't see, but lots of people are here, so welcome. Okay, so here's what I wanted to do, and here's why I wanted to do it. Because I hear the same complaints over and over again, and I know you guys are sick of me. I know you're sick of me going on my soapbox and lecturing all of you, but I want to keep saying it, and I'll try to say it in different ways and use different examples and bring in different people as well to join the conversation so that we can drive this home. Because I think things have changed. So COVID changed a lot of things, as we've talked about. Men are much more engaged to find love than women are right now. And I just find this across the board, and other matchmakers do too, and it's just a fact. But you guys haven't changed your dating habits, and you haven't this whole courting conversation, which I wrote about today in a post, and it's a big topic. Go look at my post if you guys don't think it's a big topic.
Because it's
and if
almost
you guys,
non-existent.
yeah, and if you guys don't believe me, I mean, this is what I do for a living. I see it. But if you gentlemen don't believe me, go look at my post and look at all the women agreeing with this. This is a problem. It's a problem. And I don't know why men have really forgotten the art of courting a woman. So that's what I really want to talk about today from the guys' end. And ladies, I'm going to get to you too, because we have plenty of material as well. Because I mean, ultimately I do this podcast. One of my friends just asked me the other night, he said, Jen, you do your podcast to get people to your matchmaking, right? And I said, no, absolutely not. I have a great business. I do my podcast to help people, because some people don't coach with me, can't afford to coach with me. You know, if they can't afford to matchmake with me, that's okay. I understand that. It's not for everybody. But what is for everybody is this, and I'm giving you free advice. and I can tell you over the years that if you actually take the advice, even though it's free, if you take the advice, it works. So I'm giving you valuable information. So please take it in. I'm not on here because I'm a bitter woman. I love you guys. I love you girls. I think all of you deserve love. I want you to find it, but you're getting in your own way.
Well, and even your posts alone every day. The posts, you put a lot of time and work into your posts every day. Like, to me, that's incredible advice that people are getting for free, just that alone.
Yes.
Because it's very, I mean,
Thank you.
you see people really reacting to it every day.
Yeah, well, I have people tell me that they follow my advice.
Yeah.
And it really works. And it does. I mean, this is what I've been doing for 30 years, you know, to take it in, you know, I'm giving it away. And that's what the podcast is about too. So I'm trying to help. That's all. So if I sound bitchy sometimes, I'm sorry. It's just because I'm trying to help. Okay. So guys, let's go back. Let's start with the courting conversation, because I've said this a million times. Women want to be courted. What does that mean? It doesn't mean just pulling out a chair for a woman or opening a door, because I know a lot of you guys still do that, and we love you for it. God, we love you for it.
Yes.
And guys that don't, where were you raised?
Yeah, we notice.
I mean, it's so bad.
We notice.
I mean, it's so bad. I've had guys walk in a restaurant in front of me, and they're holding the door for their family, and they'll just close it. You know, it doesn't happen often, but when that does, I mean, I'll just tell you something. I'll stand there and hold it open for a million people, and I'm a woman. I mean, guys, if you can't even stand and hold a door open for someone walking in, I don't care if it's another guy. Be a gentleman. Be a man. Be a leader.
Well, and we live in Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody's doing it, we should be doing it here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I know everybody thinks that Texas is the South. Elizabeth, love you too. Great to see you on last Saturday. We had a party. We had a singles party. It was fun. It was great to see people. Yeah. And everybody came, looked great. I mean, just looked awesome. We're going to talk about that too, because that's important. But guys, courting a woman is about if you want love and that is your intention, if you find somebody of interest, if you find somebody vaguely of interest that you think you might be interested in, you've got to start laying on that charm early on. I mean, it's not about, I mean, I cannot tell you the amount of times, Diana, I cannot tell you the amount of times I hear from women. I'll be coaching them or something, and they'll be telling me about their dating life, and they'll have a great date, and the guy doesn't even contact them the next day. Not even a good morning. I mean, guys, if you're not in her space, if you're not communicating with her, a woman needs to feel your presence for her to connect with you. And she needs to feel your presence to continue to connect with you. So it's not just about the second day after your first date. It's about every day. The minute that if you leave a good woman dangling, she's not going to be your good woman anymore.
You know, that's interesting because, you know, I told you I got set up on sort of just a let's go have drinks with another couple, and they introduced me to their friend. And we had fun. Mm-hmm. And I thought, okay, he got my phone number. And a week and a half later, I got a text.
Oh, wow.
A week and a half. And I just thought, oh, he's gone. Like, whatever. He wasn't interested, which is fine. But a week and a half later, and then I get a text saying, we should go for drinks. And I went, well, I kind of forgot about you. I mean, if you're not around and you're not in my space,
Yeah.
then you got to move on.
Yeah.
So then you miss out.
Yeah, I mean, and at the end of the day, you kind of look at that. We look at that, guys, as that this is probably going to be your pattern. So we're looking at that thinking, if he can't make an effort at the beginning, what's the middle and the end going to look like? Or hopefully not the end, but you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
he's going to be so busy that he's going to be going
Yeah.
days without texting me, then there's no time for you.
Yeah, I mean, courting goes beyond the pulling out a chair. I hear guys say that. I actually saw it on my post today. And again, guys, I'm not trying to take away from that because we love that. Or you stand up when we go to the restroom. We love that. We notice. We love it. It's not enough. It's not enough. The communication part, a woman wants to feel your presence, and we want to feel safe.
Right.
How do we feel safe in a relationship is by knowing that you're there. How do we know that you're there? Because you're there.
And we don't have to sit and wonder, are they going to text? Is he interested? Because if he is, you'll already know.
I'm going to say this, ladies, if you would, ladies, if a man does this to you, if a man stops texting or doesn't show up like that, stop communicating. Yeah. Just stop. Stop giving him something he's not working for. Let him work for it. It's not a game. It's not a game to let a man work for it.
Right.
Right? We want you to. We need you to. And if you're not, we're going to move along, right? And again, ladies, I'll be the first to tell you, I think some of you move along too quickly.
I was going to mention that later when we get to the girls.
Yeah, I mean, some of you will move along too quickly, and that's an expectation thing, and we've got to get that under control. We've got to get that under control more than anything in the whole wide world, ladies. We've got to get your expectations under control. Because as bad as these guys can be, and guys, I love you, and some of you are really bad at this. As bad as you are, I still stand up. I have to stand up for them, give you guys the benefit of a doubt, make excuses for you, and then try to fix it, and that's pitiful. I mean, it's absolutely pitiful for me to have to do your job. If you're interested, let her know. How do you let her know? By communicating with her regularly, by taking her out regularly, right?
Yes.
Out of sight is out of mind. You're not in her sight, you're out of her mind. The connection breaks. You're traveling for 2 weeks. I get it. You're busy. You've got an important job. Your job takes you to, here and there and back-to-back trips. And, guess what? You find the time. If it's important, you find the time to make for her.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a full-on all-night date. It could be, let's go to lunch, or I'm going to be out of town, but all I have time for is coffee, but I want to see you before I leave.
Yeah.
So they're letting us know that we're important and they're going to work us in.
Right.
And another thing I was going to say too is that I know that guys are probably thinking, well, we don't want to be the only one communicating. We also want to know that she's interested in us. So it has to be okay for her to text us too. Right. And we're not saying that girls shouldn't be the first one to say hi in the morning or ever.
Right.
But it's just at the beginning. It's just that we want to know that you're interested.
Yes.
And trust me, if you're interested and we are too, we're responding.
Right.
We will respond much quicker, so you'll know.
Absolutely. And if a woman isn't, she's either playing games or you're not working hard enough at it. Yeah. So I completely agree. And trying hard, guys, it can make up for parts of you that aren't that great. I mean, I can tell you, I've talked to people that have met somebody and they're like, I'm not really that attracted to him. He's not really that cute. He's really nice though, and he's super confident, and he's fun.
He makes me laugh.
Yeah, I might go out with him again. And then, she leaves on the fence, and you are a crappy communicator.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that. You could have probably gotten something maybe even out of your league if you would have tried harder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, guys, because being ahead of the game, if these other guys aren't doing it, if you're doing it, it's going to set you apart. Just like you were talking about last podcast with online dating, it's no different than the email. If all you're getting are lame, hey, emails, and somebody else actually makes the effort to reach out and talk and ask questions, you're going out with them. They may not be the best looking in the whole group. It may not have been your first choice, but you're going because you're impressed. It's the same way in person. So,
and you get a sense of their personality versus just, hey, which means you have nothing to say. So that's boring.
Exactly. Hey, Kelly, Elizabeth says, yes, make the effort, guys. And Tina says, effort is attractive. Hey, Julie. Effort's everything. Like I said, it's going to get you, guys, dating tip of the century right now. Effort's going to put you above and beyond most of the other guys out there. So set aside everything else. Make a woman, if dating's a priority and meeting somebody of quality is a priority, if you meet somebody great, make space and make them a priority and put the effort in and communicate and try to impress her.
And another thing too is last night I was out with a friend, and I think women just want to feel adored.
Yes.
Like we want to feel like we are, like you adore us. So I was out with friends last night, and my girlfriend had a guy come meet her that she's been seeing, and he showed up and she was asking for my opinion. What do you think? What do you think? And I said, he adores you. Like it was so sweet to watch. And he may not have been someone she would normally go out with, but it was so sweet. And so she was so excited about it. And I just said, he's like really a good guy. Like he really adores you. And it was so sweet to watch. And I thought, that's what I miss.
Yeah.
Is feeling adored by someone. And so that's what the effort does, though. It makes you feel that way.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I think ultimately when we talk to women, that's what women want. They want to feel special. They want to feel valued. They want to feel adored. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter what century we're in and women's rights and women's jobs and careers, blah, blah, blah. We, again, my post today was about powerful women, still want their foreheads kissed, I mean, we're still women and we still want that and we still need that. And for the small percentage of men that can actually step up and do that, women that are strong will step down. They will become softer because they don't have to lead.
Absolutely.
They don't have to. They just, there's that safety factor. It's just that safety factor. So
before we move on to the next thing, I mentioned this to you earlier, but another thing is too, like I told you, I got flowers today.
Yes.
They weren't from a guy. I was, it would have been nice, but they're actually from a friend who was thanking me for giving them tickets to the celebrity softball game. But when I got them, it made my day. I mean, I almost teared up because I thought, I don't know the last time somebody sent me flowers. Like guys have forgotten about the little bitty things that that's another thing, sets them apart. And I'm not saying you have to buy gifts and stuff all the time. But just, it's another thing that just says, hey, I was thinking about you.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to do something for you.
And that is, guys, I'm not a guy, so I can't answer this for you, but I can say it from a woman's standpoint. Every time you send a text message, you make a phone call, you send flowers, you even, whatever the small gesture is, we feel loved, we feel special, and that's what it's all about. Now, that's the presence that you have in a woman's life. That's what's going to keep the connection going. It doesn't take much. Good women don't need a man to go out and take them on expensive trips and buy them homes and cars and all the other crap and Louis Vuittons and whatever else. Some women do, but those aren't the women you want, guys.
Those aren't going to be the long-term relationship.
Yeah, but the good women just want your presence and just want your time and just want your energy, and every little thing you do matters. Every little bit of effort and every little bit you don't put in matters also. So, okay. So let's see here. I screenshotted this. Somebody posted today. We're talking about men and women, and the whole women, that are strong still want to be loved and still want, to be courted and all of that good stuff. And this guy, John.
Won't name any names.
I'll say it. Okay. John, because it's right there on my page, says,
Okay.
If women want to be seen as equal, then they should be equal in all things and ways. Equal is behavior and equal in responsibility. Why should the man be expected to pay?
Oh.
Why should the man be held to old standards, dude can't spell, sorry, that no longer apply in today's world? So many women want it both ways and just want to take but never give. I think dating should be Dutch treat, especially, I can't take all the spelling errors here, in the early stages in relationships, another spelling error, it's awful, should be a 50-50 proposition, but I am sure to be vilified, which we're doing.
Yes, you are. You absolutely will be.
which we can oblige.
Yeah.
Don't ask, because we can do it. But it's that mentality. So he's an extreme. He's angry.
Yes, he's bitter about something.
Yeah, he's clearly an angry man. And John, that's not going to get you anywhere. But you go ahead and be angry.
Which is fine. You're going through something.
Yeah.
But I just would try not to stay there for very long.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you're probably not going to meet anyone that's...
The thing is that if you ask a woman out, you pay for the date. If a woman asks you out, I feel the same way, and I've said it a million times. Ladies, pay for the date. If you're going to ask a man out and you're going to be that bold to do so, then you take care of that date. I had somebody message me about this, that a girl and he were supposed to meet for drinks. And this was a milder version of this. They were supposed to meet for drinks. It was an online date. She canceled. She couldn't make it early for happy hour. So she suggested dinner later because she could only make later and it's dinner time. Well, so they meet for dinner, have dinner, and he got upset that she didn't offer to pay half for dinner.
That would be the last date. I'm not trying to be ugly, but I think there's several things that go into this. One is you may be dating a girl who doesn't make near as much money as you. So don't expect her to be able to afford all the same things that you could afford. And if that's what you're looking for, then make sure you're only choosing women who are making enough money to pay for whatever it is that you feel like she should pay for.
Yeah.
But I still think it is. I was taught at a very early age from actually a friend, my college roommate's dad said, women should never pay. Women should never pay. And it's just how some men, they're raised that way, or that's just how they feel. They want to take care of their woman.
Right.
And so I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, no, there is nothing wrong with that. And
I'm not saying I expect it.
right.
I'm just saying I don't think it's wrong.
It definitely, there definitely has to be a yin and a yang in there. Like
Right.
if you're dating somebody, you're
For a
seeing
while.
somebody, ladies, you should probably step in every once in a while and pay for something or buy him something or do whatever so that, there's a reciprocation.
something kind or nice or-
reciprocation.
yeah.
It's interesting. I still go out to eat with my parents a lot. And if I ever try to pull out anything to pay, my dad would have a conniption. It's how you're raised. And Carl had said, that as well, that it is how you're raised too, that some people are raised that way. And I didn't open doors. My dad still does that stuff for me in his ripe age of 82, he still does it and gets upset if I open the door in front of him. But when you're raised that way, there is a standard. It's not an expectation, but it's a standard. And as much as women, even if they can afford it, even if the woman makes more than you, which is really a hard dynamic because
Right.
I run into that a lot. Even if she does make more than you, there is a standard there that you should still take care of her from time to time. It's not the woman's job to pay. And these women that offer, and I hear about this too, where women will be on a date. It's a great date. They're going to see each other again, and she says, well, would you like me to pay half the check? And he says, yes. Guys,
Yeah,
it's not that women are looking to be financially taken care of. It's the whole courting thing. It's this whole everything that goes into this giant puzzle of you being this caretaker.
You wanting to take care of
and
me.
this safe place and being able to provide for a woman, not so much financially as everything else. But if you can't financially afford to take a woman to Casinos or something for dinner, then you shouldn't be dating.
Yeah.
You know, go grab yourself some McDonald's and go home and watch some Netflix and figure out how to make some money.
Well, you know, and I have one of my best guy friends who you'll meet later today, is a sweetheart. And every time we go out, in groups, or I just go meet him for drinks or whatever, he's just a really good friend. He always pays. He'll never let me pay. And anytime we do anything, go to a concert with a bunch of people,
Yeah.
he always pays. And so I invited him to the celebrity softball game, and I got him in a suite because I thought that was what I could do as like reciprocation to say, you know
Yes.
what, I appreciate everything you always do for me, so let me put you in a suite where you can drink free alcohol and eat while you watch the game. And so there's just, other things that you can do for people besides.
I know, and I think there's that thing, without trying to be sexist about it, but a man, typically men don't cook and do all that, but guys, if you can cook and you can have a woman over and make her dinner, a lot of women will take that over going out any day of the week. But a lot of men can't, so that they take you out, where a woman kind of will sometimes stay home and cook or make something for or bake for you or whatever they do. Women love to take care of their man; they just do it differently.
Right.
So there's very few things a guy really needs to do to take care of a woman. I mean, really, very few things. So if you're not stepping up to the plate, and guys, by all means, I know there's a lot of you watching, chime in. If you disagree with me on that, chime in. I mean, I know most of you aren't siding with John on things. I know there's a few progressive guys that look at John's comment and say, yeah, everything should be Dutch. If you can't afford to go on a date, guys, don't ask a woman out on a date. And if you're doing the online dating thing and you think that people are, using filters and not showing up as who they need to, then you need to refine that process and figure that out, or not online date, or ask less people out, or FaceTime them before
there's
you.
ways to get around that.
Yeah, FaceTime them. What else? I mean,
It's FaceTime is the biggest.
Yeah.
That's the only way you really know who you're meeting.
Yeah.
And even still, sometimes I FaceTime someone and had great conversation over FaceTime and thought, oh, okay, yeah, this is going to go really well. And then when I got there were just things about them that made maybe not interested, but still, that at least you know what you're going to get when you show up. Because I
Right.
have heard a lot of horror stories about men showing up and women not looking like what
Yeah.
what their pictures say. Which
and
is
I hear
wrong.
it. I hear it with men and women. I'm with men also, by the way. Just guys,
Guys say they're taller than they are.
they do, and I hate to say
They
this,
all
but
say they're 6 feet tall.
some of you guys filter your pictures too, and it, a lot of you do, and that's not just a thing for women. I mean, they're going to meet you. They're going to see what you really look like. So the filters are really a waste of time.
Yeah.
But if they make you feel better and they're not distorting your brain thinking you actually look like that, then that's okay. But know that in an online dating situation, the amount of disappointment, if somebody can walk up and go, wow, you look better than your pictures, you're so much prettier, so much more handsome in person, that's the greatest compliment you can get, right? That's what you want, not somebody that goes, who are you? I mean, you hear of stories of people like passing them by.
Yes.
And because you don't even recognize them. That's crazy, people.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So let's get to the ladies. So guys, again, I'm just gonna wrap that up in a pretty little package because it's so easy. Effort, effort, effort. What does that mean? That means staying in a woman's space. If you're texting her or calling her every day, you're communicating somehow with her every day, and she doesn't like it or she thinks it's too much, she's not ready for a relationship. So there you go. I mean, those are the only women that wouldn't want to be, adored and fawned over and given attention to like that from a man are women that aren't available. So there you have it. Jamie says, if there's a lady that you are courting, you give it all. Flowers, gifts, notes, calls, dinner, etc. Jamie, you know it. You're good soul.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, I
So
just read that. Very sweet.
yeah, we do love that stuff. I will tell you. My cat loves it too. He likes to get into the flowers people send. Sometimes I have to hide them. Okay, so let's see. Jeanette says, my boyfriend, even when we were still friends, always expects to pay the tab. So when I sometimes grab the check or surprise him with his favorite cocktail when he gets home, he's even more appreciative. We need to always be showing gratitude to men, no matter how small.
Agreed.
Agree. Yeah.
much.
Yeah, and again, ladies, if a man does buy something for you or he takes you to dinner, it doesn't matter how long you've been with him. Always thank him. It doesn't matter.
Just be thoughtful.
Yeah. I mean, be appreciative because, you know, when you meet a chivalrous man, I mean, it's a beautiful
Hold
thing.
on to it.
Hang on tight.
Hold on, sister.
Hang on tight. Okay, so ladies, let's get to the ladies. We're about halfway through the show, so it's
Okay.
perfect timing. Ladies,
So much. So much.
I know. Where do we begin? I mean, we're women, so we're on your side, ladies. We really are. I think more than anything, again, all of this comes from a space of me wanting you to find love. I want you to find love. I want you to find a great person. Some of your behaviors are not going to get you there. And I know you've got a lot to talk about, and I promise I'm going to give you the floor, but I have to say this first because this is the biggest deal killer out there, ladies. It's killing you. I mean, it is. So please hear me. Just like the guys aren't hearing about the effort, you ladies aren't hearing about expectations. This is a tough one because what we just talked about on the flip side, we want all that stuff. I get it, ladies. We want that. If a man's not doing it, it hurts, you know? I mean, it's painful. We want it. We need it. We're excited about meeting a guy. We're excited about being attracted to him. We're excited about, why do people call me during my show? We're excited about, you know, getting to know them. We're excited about the new connection, and then nothing. And then absolutely nothing. So the disappointment, guys, when you don't supply that, is just tremendous. But ladies, you've got to understand that at the end of the day, let's just put the thought in your head, not in your heart. These guys aren't doing it. They're not that I would say allow that to be your standard, but don't allow it to be an expectation. Try to have patience and meet a guy where he's at and lead him in the direction you want to go. So if you want more communication, the next time you're together and the next time you talk, tell him. Find a way to have that conversation. You know, it was so great to hear from you. I'm excited we got to see each other again.
And keeping it positive.
Yeah, yes.
That's what we talked about last time. You don't call me enough. You don't text me enough. That's not what they want to hear. They want to hear a positive spin.
Yeah, guys don't want to nag. Yeah. They will run. But ladies, it is really learning, and it is you have to do it. It's something you have to make an effort at, because a natural excitement and anticipation of a new person in your life is the best thing ever. I mean, it almost reminds you of grade school when you met somebody and you were so excited and a little giddy. And guys, you will kill that in a day.
So fast.
Yeah, you will kill it in a day. And she was so excited. Even if you weren't the guy that she, you know, has gone out with, and you weren't her type, and you know, whatever it is, you got her hopes up and you got her excited, then you let her down. And ladies, you need to manage the letdown. And by not expecting anything, you're hoping he's a good communicator. You're hoping he will communicate with you in the next few days in regards to another date, as far as setting one up. But that's the most you can do, because it's so sad that I have to say this, because this is what I do for a living. It's sad I have to say it, guys. But majority of men don't have the manners to do that. They just don't.
Well, and you know, I think too, people have expectations for even the communication. So if a guy does call you and it's during the day at work and he's maybe more short than he normally is, or he's just really quick, and you were hoping to have a really sweet conversation.
There you go, yes.
And then they're just, really short and quick and to the point, and okay, I'll talk to you later, gotta go. And then girls hang up and go, why was he being weird? Oh my gosh. And then they get on their head and about it. And then instead of just thinking, well, he's at work. So the fact that he actually called you while he was at work was very sweet. So just take that and be happy about it and not analyze how well the conversation went.
You're everybody's therapist, aren't you? I hear that.
I don't always follow my own advice, but I give my friends good advice.
Really good advice. I mean, it's true. You're clearly used to, hearing it. You never know where somebody else is. And I stress this all the time. You're two different people. If you're 45 years old or 50 years old and you're meeting somebody else that's around the same age, you both have 45 or 50 years of different history, 45 or 50 years of different upbringing and beliefs and values and experiences. They are not you.
Yeah.
They are not you. And no matter how much you try to analyze, and God, please don't analyze. Please, ladies. If you start getting in your head and you start trying to make excuses or analyze why a guy is doing something, that's you, not them. Now you need to back up and do your work and check yourself, because it's not them, it's you. You're either going to accept the behavior and be patient with a new person and give them the time to show you who they are, give yourself the opportunity to have a conversation the next time you're together about what's happening, or you're just going to get out and be single, right?
Well, you're self-sabotaging.
It is.
You're absolutely self-sabotaging.
100%.
And most of the time, guys pick up on that very quickly and they run. Because and I was talking to a friend about this today. If they see a sad girl or someone who's always in her head, that's a turnoff, because they want to be around happy people.
Yeah.
Like guys want to be around happy women, just like we want to be around happy guys.
Yeah.
So it's not beneficial.
Yes, absolutely, especially at the beginning. So ladies, I just can't say it enough. Standards, good. This is what you want, but we have to teach somebody how to be in our life. We have to teach somebody how to communicate with us. We have to teach somebody what we want. And we have to do it in a positive, loving, supportive way, not in a way to bash them. But if we could lay all expectations aside and just let it be and evolve as it needs to, that's how it needs to go. So everybody just needs to be really happy in their life and have something going on in your life, in your own life outside of dating, so that when the new guy that you've met hasn't texted you or hasn't called you or hasn't asked you out, you're fine. You have plenty of other things to do, right? Be that person, okay? Because that'll keep you out of your head as well. I know you have one, but I'm going to say this is my second one, and then I'm going to let you go. Don't reach out to men, ladies. If they haven't reached out to you, don't reach out to them. I mean, I think every once in a while it's fine. I mean, if you're used to hearing a good morning from your guy every day, and one morning you don't, and it's getting a little bit later, by all means, shoot him a message if you want to. Hey, just want to say good morning, whatever. It's okay, because they want the effort too. They want the effort also. But if a guy that you're interested in is not calling you back, is not asking you out, he's not interested. He's not interested. And you just need to take it like a big girl and move along and find some other interest, not to say that he wouldn't circle back around or not, but typically a man that's interested will go after what he wants. So if he's not communicating, if he's not making the effort, if he's not setting dates, he's not interested.
Or he's seeing more people.
Or he's seeing other people. Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's the world we live in right now. There's too many opportunities, too many choices, and so that's what kills dating, honestly, is there's too many choices. And so everybody's always looking for the next best thing.
And I hear that too from women. They'll say, well, he didn't call me. He's probably dating other women. Well, probably. You just met him.
Yeah.
You just went on one date with him. He probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's okay.
Good for him.
Yeah. I was going to say, that's okay, because guess what? Typically, so are you.
Yeah. Yeah. You should be too.
We're doing the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is okay. If you only went out with a guy once or twice or three, there's no
Yeah.
there's no magic number, by all means. Okay. So you had some.
Well, yeah, so there's a couple things. So for one, it drives me crazy when girls don't make any effort to try to be presentable or look pretty when they go out of the house. So you don't have to get all dolled up. It's kind of, there's extremes. There's either the girls who do nothing, and guys want to see effort. So even if it's just a little powder, blush, mascara, lip gloss, then go out of the house. But the girls who just go out of the house all the time with nothing, it's, you never know when you're going to meet somebody. And it's usually when you're not looking, right?
Yes.
So for me, I think you should always go out of the house looking at least like you would not be embarrassed if you walked in and the guy that you were like had the biggest crush on walks by. Like that's how you should feel, when you go out. And then there's the other extreme, the girls that go out with so much makeup on that then when they take it off, they're going to look like a different person. Or their injections and everything have been just maxed out because where we live in Dallas and everybody's trying to, be young forever.
Yeah.
And it's overkill.
Yeah.
Like guys like girls that look natural.
Yeah.
I hear it all the time.
Yeah, no, I hear it too. I do. And I'm just going to embellish on what you said because it's so important. And, I also think that COVID contributed to some level of casualness that we all got into. I was there too. I mean, this has been a fun summer for me to be able to put on dresses again and be able to dress up and do things because there's more things happening. But I think we all got in this place of being really comfortable, and guys want effort. Guys want to date a girl. They want to see what you have. They want to be turned on by you. And that goes for, I say it goes for pictures on your social media too. I mean, I don't usually go into people's social media to clean it up, but I have before, and I'm like, take this out. It's great. They've got these photos public. It's great that, you've got this picture of yourself on a Saturday morning with your hair pulled back and a ball cap on and zero makeup, and you're walking your dog, and you're like, well, they're going to see me sometime anyway, but not before they meet you.
Yeah.
And most people are going and stalking people on social media before they meet them. Now they've already seen you without makeup, and they're like, eh. If I could tell you the amount of times, and ladies, as crazy as this sounds, men are pickier about what you wear than you are about what they wear. If you knew the amount of feedback I get from guys on dates where they're like, yeah, her clothes are a little outdated. Or they weren't, oh my God, it's unbelievable. Absolutely
That's
unbelievable. So, if you haven't been shopping lately for something modern and fun and flirty and cute and new and modern, go out and do that, because wearing clothes from the 80s or 70s isn't going to really impress anybody today, because we do. It depends on where you live. I mean, hey, if you live in the back streets of, Alabama,
Might be okay.
yeah, that's probably more than okay, because you're probably even dressing better than anybody else in Alabama. Sorry, I'm not a big Alabama fan. But having said that, if you're in Dallas or LA or anything like that, I mean, people are looking good. It's not that you're trying to compete with other people, but you are. But you are. So you got to think about that, because if a guy's got 5 women, and guys are much more visual than we are. It is built into their biology, ladies. Everything needs to look pretty. They like pretty things. So, ladies, you gotta try. You gotta look good.
And on that note, because it's the same thing you're just telling the guys, they have to stand out, do things to stand out. With this, like the same thing with girls. You have to dress up, do something different, look good. Yeah. But the extreme then is also, you don't have to go out of the house with midriffs and tight clothes and looking hookerish. I mean, because
is that a word?
I don't know. It is now. But I mean, there's just, I see a lot of that too, where the girls think that competing and trying to be standing out is dressing like, it doesn't have to be that. It just has to be good. Like,
guess
look
what?
nice.
Guess what?
Classy.
They're going to get,
And that, I was going to say, and you're drawing the wrong kind of guy if that's what you're going to be going out in. So the guy that's going to want your body that night, and then he'll probably never call you again. So, I mean, you get what you ask for.
A boy will be a boy, right?
And I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was the guy, and I would be very, looking at a girl's body and thinking the same thing.
Yeah. There's no doubt that,
Can't fault them.
you can't blame them. I mean, the boobs attract, and, very little clothing attracts a man. But what is it going to get you? Is it going to get you? I mean, does he respect your breasts, or does he need to respect you? I mean, if you want a man that values you and respects you, you need to respect yourself and dress appropriately.
Right.
I mean, it is unbelievable what I've seen some of these ladies out there wearing, and it really is a show me kind of world.
You can look sexy and still look classy.
Yeah.
So I think there's a big difference.
There is.
Yeah.
There absolutely is. But ladies, again, this was going to be something that I brought up too as well, because you can underdo it, but you can overdo it too. And, there's nothing like a group of women going out where they're overdone, their makeup, their attire and everything, and men just know they're there to be picked up. I mean, there has to be a happy medium, right? There's one thing to be available, there's another thing to be easy.
Yeah.
I don't know what that fine line is really, but a man still wants to work for it, and he should. And you have to give him something to work toward, and men still like a challenge, ladies. They're 9.9 guys out of 10, and I know there's some of you that wouldn't, but they're going to sleep with you if you give them the opportunity. If you throw yourself at them, which a lot of you do, I hear the stories on a first date even, where guys have to go, no, I'm not. And this happens a lot. It's unbelievable. But ladies, if you want a relationship, that's not the way to it. Through your body and through sexuality, that's all that's going to get you is sexuality, and then you complaining that all men want is for your body. And that's what you gave him, and give him your mind, give him your soul, give him your spirit, let him meet all these other parts of you before he meets that. It'll give him something to work towards, and he wants to, right? And don't overdo it either, right? But I will say, ladies, and I'm out there, and I feel like if you can afford it and you need it, get things done. Yeah. Go get your makeup done. Go get your eyelashes done. Go get your eyebrows done. Go get your hair done. If you don't have hair, go get extensions if you need to, if it makes you feel better about yourself. Yeah. But there's so many things available now that if you need it done, do it, because the competition in cities like Dallas and LA and Atlanta, you've got so many beautiful women, and I know you ladies want a good-looking guy. You don't want some, chump, some ugly chump, and if you want a guy, you need to be equally yoked, right? So if you need to go get a consultation or, outside, not your friends, because your friends will tell you look great.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you need to, go get a consultation from somebody to find out what you can do. I know there's plenty of people out there. If you need someone, let me know. I can probably find someone to recommend to you. But it's really important that you stay competitive enough and dress and look the part, right? Yeah. And put yourself together before you go out. So don't be desperate. That was one of mine. So men don't want women that their whole life revolves around them, right? If you are the guy's whole world and you don't have other things happening and all you're doing is sitting around waiting for the guy to call, waiting for him to ask you out, that's way too much pressure on a guy. They don't want it. They're out from the beginning. So
I said too much too soon.
Yeah, too much too soon. So pace yourself, have no expectations, keep your standards high, but remember, ladies, it's also about your level of communication. If you don't like something or you want something that you're not getting, communicate about it. Find a loving way to communicate about it in a time when it's not a problem. When the guy hasn't done something wrong, find a way to communicate about it and tell him what you want. Tell him what you like, because men ultimately really do want to make us happy. They do. And if you tell them what makes you happy, they can do one of two things. If they want to make you happy and they like you, they'll meet it. And if they don't care, and they're lazy, they won't. And let's just be honest, some of you guys are just lazy. I mean, I think so. And the reason I say that as lovingly as I can is because I can't tell you the amount of times I've reached out to men and they are interested. They're like, oh, I liked her a lot. She's great. Yet no communication, nothing. It's like, dude, like, why can't you step up to the plate here? If you like her, let her know, Oh, I planned on messaging her later. Well, she's already gone down 1,000 notches in excitement because she couldn't wait to hear from you. Do you need to text her the next morning? No, guys, you don't. And it's not an expectation, but if you really like her and you really want it to go somewhere, do it.
Then you should.
Just do it. Yeah. How hard is it? Chuck says, practicing effective communication in dating will prepare you for effective communication during marriage. Correct.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's interesting because, in my description for this show, I had said, do you want to know why you guys are still single? Well, I do. I can't tell you the amount of times where I think to myself, this is why this person's single. Or maybe, some of you have been there. You're in a relationship, a stale relationship for a long time. You guys aren't communicating. You're not in love. You're not all ooey gooey over each other. You're not messaging each other. You're not talking. You're not communicating. And you've gotten really bad habits, people. Really bad habits. When you're not in love and you don't like the person and you don't want to be with the person, that's how you act. But when you do, you have to act differently. So I feel like so many men and women need to relearn. Men need to learn how to court and communicate, and women need to learn how to keep their expectations down and keep them realistic and positively communicate about what they want.
Well, I have one more thing, too, I wanted to mention, because when we talk about women and the expectations, and you've talked about this before, if a man is showing you behavior that you don't like, and it's continuing down that path, he's showing you a pattern that's probably not going to change. So move on. If you don't like it, or it's not for you, then move on, because what they're doing then is spending so much time obsessing about this guy not doing all the things that they want, that they're missing out on being open and available to other guys that they could be passing by right now, because
absolutely
they're constantly just focused on the one that they wanted to work, and they're trying to force it to work.
Right.
So I have this. It's the biggest frustration for me is if someone's not doing what you want them to do, then they're just maybe not for you.
Yeah.
So move on.
Yeah. And especially if you've already had the talk. If you've had the talk and they're still not showing up, and you're in your head and you're unhappy with their behavior, move along.
Yeah, they're supposed to make you happy.
Yeah.
Not in your head and upset and sad all the time because you're not getting what you want.
And ladies, I'll say it. There's plenty of guys out there. There's not a shortage of men. There's not a shortage of great men out there. If you have a man that's not putting in the effort and doing what he needs to, move along. Stop wasting your time and your energy in this chaos circle of drama of what somebody isn't doing or isn't providing you. If it's not working, just move on. Yeah. That's it. There's plenty of fish in the sea, plenty of really good fish.
And if they see you move on and they really wanted you, then guess what? Maybe they'll come back and work harder. And if they don't, then it definitely wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. Well, you know what? We covered a lot today. If I could just say one time, and just sum it up for everybody, I think that one of the very last sentences I wrote today just really hit home with me, and I hope it did with you guys. But it's, energetically, there's a yin and a yang, right? It's natural, it's God-given. And we've kind of forgotten how to do that. When you step up and lead, it gives a woman permission to step back and be soft. It doesn't matter how powerful we are, how much money we make, how great of a job we have, how strong of a personality we have. We still want a man to show up and be stronger than us and let us know they have it. We got this. You don't have to do this. I got this. You don't have to go through this alone. I'm here. Whatever it may be.
I love that you made that point because I have a very strong personality, obviously. People always say you're very confident, independent, whatever. But when you said that earlier about when a man shows up and is stronger for you, it does. It makes me kind of melt. And like all of a sudden I feel like I don't have to be the strong person. Like it's my natural personality, but it's so true what you said.
We want that.
We want that.
We want that, guys.
It's a nice feeling.
Yeah, that is that whole idea of being safe, like feeling safe. Yeah. If you can be stronger than her and you can show leadership in the relationship, and that's a big word and it's, there's a lot to it, but leadership is you being present, leading the way, being the man. Try thinking about, I know some of you had dysfunctional
not controlling,
parenthood.
Leader.
Yes, yeah.
Difference.
Yeah, but you think about what made things work years ago. Our parents didn't have online dating. They chose each other and they made it work, and they stayed in it and they worked at it and they loved each other, and even when they didn't like each other, they stayed in it. We need to get back to some of those principles of less is more. If you find something you like, you need to bathe in it and stay in it and nurture it and realize that those things don't come around often. They're not that. I always say I'm a matchmaker, and I'll say it a million times. Finding the right person for you, finding a person you're that compatible with is a needle in a haystack. It's a needle in a haystack, people. I'm not going to sit here and say it's so easy. There's lots of great men. There's lots of great women out there. So many guys, so many great women. I know some of you aren't meeting them, but there are. But it's a needle in a haystack to find somebody that you're compatible with. So if you do find somebody of quality, put your energy into it. Ladies, have patience with them. Don't have too high of expectations. Understand that everything in our relationships is a learning and growth process, right?
Yeah.
A man should never stop working for you, and you should never stop giving him something to work for.
Right. To give in return.
And then still have the yin and the yang, where you're being your feminine self and giving a man something he doesn't have, and that's friendship, love, softness, femininity, support, right? So there's so many things.
Appreciation.
Yeah.
Appreciation is big for men.
Yeah, it is. It's very
really
big. Yes. Okay. Well, you know what? You've been awesome.
Thank you.
So marketing guru here is a relationship guru too. So yeah, no, you've been great. And you know what? It's been fun because you've been out there and you have friends that have been out there dating. So it's interesting to hear. It doesn't matter where I go and who I talk to. The results are always the same as to what's out there. So anything I've said today, if it rubs you wrong, I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. I didn't say anything that isn't the truth today, and that other people can't verify,
right.
And validify, which is not a word either, but I just made it one. But it's really, really important that everybody show up as their best self. If you want love, less is more. Focus, focus, focus. Do your part, and you'll find it. So thank you for being here, and I hope you have a great weekend wherever you are. Happy Father's Day to all you amazing dads, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a great day. This is Jennifer. Thanks for listening today, and please subscribe to the podcast. Each show, we're going to have new topics and information. If you'd like to find out more about coaching or matchmaking, please go to my website at lovejen.com, or you can find me on my Facebook page, my personal page at Jennifer Stiers.